a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
People have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced.
Ellen DeGeneres' fall from grace truly needs to be studied, because no amount of PR damage control has been able to save her dying career and reputation as one of the most toxic people in the TV industry.
Ellen's a bitch. Ellen is a nasty person.
Oh yeah, I got kicked out of show business.
Subscribe to Elites Exposed for more, and watch how bluntly Tim Dillon put it on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Ellen's rough.
Ellen is like an old.
But it's a rough one now.
It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show. That's a rough one. She's out there dancing with Kristen Bell, and in the back, there's people that are getting up on the rack like this.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I wish her the
she's
best.
done?
She's around for too long.
James
Fallon,
Corden.
all these people, walk away. You've been famous forever. Walk away. Like, eventually, everybody, they're just going to figure it out. Now, Fallon's on an apology tour because of the blackface. Like,
is he?
Well, he was. Like, he had to go around and apologize a million times for, like, they're going to find the thing if you don't go away. You gotta have a good run, and then when you have a good run, you step back and you go, okay, I'm still gonna do my thing, but like I'm not. I mean, there's only a few jobs in entertainment, right?
Right.
So I think a lot of the cancel culture is probably these want those jobs.
Ooh.
They're like, how long is this gonna be dancing? I can dance with Hillary Clinton. I could do the Charleston with Henry Kissinger, whatever the she does out there.
And that really puts the finger on the problem for me, because why on earth do you have to force yourself in the public eye for over 3 decades rather than just retiring with grace? Because the skeletons these people hide in their closet will eventually come out. And that's exactly what happened after some initial rumors of Ellen's workplace toxicity came out, when comedian Kevin Porter lit a fuse on Twitter, calling on everyone to share their own stories of friction with her on and off the set. And that thread basically became the first domino in the fall of Ellen's career, with hundreds of anecdotes pouring in. It had stories like from a waitress that once happened to serve Ellen DeGeneres at a restaurant, where Ellen threw a fit and tried to get her fired over some minor chipped nail polish on her hand. Another person recounted how Ellen demanded that they stop grilling steaks outside because she's strictly vegan herself and didn't like the scent. Comedian Adam Carolla, who's been on Ellen's show before, recounted how the staff seemed scared to death and kept insisting that he must not mention meat or beef or anything that may upset her vegan sensitivities. Another staffer that worked on the set even remembered how a simple good afternoon enraged Ellen into throwing a tantrum. And it eventually came down to staff generally being instructed by producers not to speak or make unnecessary eye contact with Ellen DeGeneres backstage. And well, all of those stories brewed for years, and eventually that toxic pot boiled over in the last few years. But the best part is, Ellen can't even hide behind the identity groups that so many people retreat to these days in order to play the victim. Not behind her race, her sexuality, or her womanhood, because she had been wholly accepted by the audience for decades, awarded hundreds of millions of dollars, and she has no one but herself to blame for her downfall.
It led to article after article of people being like, Ellen's a bitch. Ellen is a nasty person. And all these staffers started to come out, not for nothing, but I know a guy, I know him very well, whose sister worked for her, who said, you were not allowed to make eye contact with Ellen in the halls of that show. If you saw her, this is not a nice person. So she eventually got canceled, but now she's coming back. She's got a Netflix special. That's the right response.
Yeah.
She's got a Netflix special. And here's the capper. On the promo, and apparently there's now articles out about from people who have seen the preview, she plays the victim. And she says, poor me. And she actually has the nerve to say that she was run out of Hollywood. This person
with
and
she with $100 million in her pocket.
450 million, according to Forbes. That's a low estimate.
Yeah.
Because so now she's out there saying, I was run out of Hollywood. She's actually reportedly complaining about how hard it is for women in America with the double standards.
Look at Oprah, how hard it is for her.
Oh, she's got, like 10 houses, Ellen DeGeneres?
Michelle Obama, look how hard it is for women in America. They're hurting.
They're going to let her back in, Rob, because she's a lesbian, she's a leftist, and she didn't hit one of their sacred cows. Nastiness, that's their bread and butter.
And by the way, just take a look at a section of that Netflix promo because it grates on me like nothing else. I mean, imagine getting a whole show produced for you on a platform like Netflix, getting paid millions, and then trying to portray yourself a victim on it as a sad attempt at redemption.
Let me see what else I can tell you about that. It's been going on. Oh, yeah, I got kicked out of show business. Yeah, the Be Kind girl wasn't kind. That was the headline. Here's the problem. I'm a comedian who got a talk show, and I ended the show every day by saying, be kind to one another. Most women aren't raised with confidence. We're too self-conscious, which is why you rarely see a woman playing air guitar. I didn't go into this business for money. It was about healing my childhood wounds. I thought if I could make people happy, then they'll like me. And if they like me, I'll feel good about myself.
My God, it just feels so fake and artificial it makes my skin crawl. Because I remember there was an eerie wave of high-profile celebrities back then, literally posting whole paragraphs on social media vouching for how nice Ellen DeGeneres was. People like Kevin Hart, Katy Perry, Diane Keaton, Ashton Kutcher, and dozens more sang praises for Ellen at once like a directed choir, as if they don't realize that the American people have learned all too well how to sniff out fakery from the corporate media and their mouthpieces over the last decade. And yet these industry elites will never learn that nobody feels sorry for these people one bit. Because this is a country that had given Ellen DeGeneres everything someone could possibly ask for, and then she turns around to scoff at the very culture and people that gave her everything.
I think also
I'm
to
just
admit
like,
their
of
mistakes.
all people on earth to be feeling sorry for herself, Ellen DeGeneres should not be on the list.
She should at least, but make a real apology and do it.
There's no apology. It's just woe is me. I was run out of Hollywood as she speaks from this grandiose stage on Netflix. Hello, you haven't been canceled if you are doing a Netflix special. She got 20 million for the one before this. I'm sure she's fine.
But when you don't get over your grievances and you let it fester and resent and take it out on people, and then I think that's something that has to be. I mean, there really does have to be a coming to Jesus moment where you have to, I mean, literally or figuratively, where you can just get over this stuff and then start over and say, yeah, I was whether you want to use the C word or the B word, and admit that and move on. And I think in our culture, the great thing about America is that you really do have a tradition of forgiveness here. We have a culture.
I agree with you. And forgiveness is great. I'm Catholic. It's just the double standard on it.
And that's the one acknowledgement no one ever got to see from Ellen, which is why she's now disappeared into the abyss of TV history. But let me know in the comments what you think about her, and subscribe to Elites Exposed for more.